It's the Melanin Queens.
Wait, girl, who's that?
Here's your host, Maria Michelle Lee, and Miss Sister Queen, Kim Ann Wilson, breaking down the misconceptions of how women treat each other and highlighting their royal beauty.
Hi, Queens. Welcome, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to episode 8, beauties. And I hope you had an amazing Valentine's Day.
Can you believe it? Did you say episode 8?
Episode 8. That's right.
Wow. Episode 8. That's amazing. I love it. I love that. Yeah, Valentine's Day. I hope everyone had an amazing Valentine's Day and they took time to spread love, be a positive cheer, and have some self-love care.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
Yes, and I hope you saw our post on Valentine's Day that was all about self-love, right?
Yeah, it was so cute.
Yes. So there you go. And so today's show, beauties, is called Selling Yourself Short. So thank you for tuning in, and we're going to dive right in.
Yes, we are. We most definitely are. Not selling yourself short. That might get a little deep.
I know we will. We always do.
But don't you love it though, Kim? Don't you love the fact that if you listen to our first episode, like 7 episodes ago, we were trying to be authentic, but yet and poised. At least I was anyways. I could hear myself not breathing because it's like your first speaking gig or something like that. And then we've literally set ourselves up to come from a place of, we're just talking. We're just a couple of queens having a great talk to inspire other queens and kings, so we always get deep, and I'll never take that for granted. I love how authentic it is. Even when we play it back, we're like, oh, yeah, that's what we said.
I know. It's awesome when, I'll be walking or whatever and I'm listening to our own show and I'm like, wow. And every time it's like a new revelation of something that inspires, so it's just amazing. I love the fact that we are able and willing and vulnerable enough to go that deep, because I find a lot of podcasters or a lot of influencers or even a lot of people in general are scared to really go down deep. It's just surface level things and you don't really get to know who they are truly, right? But, we're the Melanin Queens. We're all about upliftment. We're all about authenticity. So that's why you're able to really see the rawness of who we are. And that's how we are able to impart encouragement to you, because we've been there. We ain't ashamed to say we have, right? But at the end of the day, nobody's judging you or judging us. So we're free.
And even if they are judging, Kim, it's none of our business, really. I mean, what is it that Michelle Obama says? When they go low, we go high. And it is all about not selling ourselves short. I mean, I really believe that we are in a transition where people are tired of being oversold and underpromised, or vice versa, however that goes. And I believe that people are tired of pretentiousness. People are tired of saying it's okay to be okay and it's not okay. It's that whole thing. And you want to know something else, because I know usually we have our whole thing of what we do in the process that we go through, but I just have to say this week alone, I am tired of people feeling that it is okay to be straight up and straightforward, but you're still delivering your message very, very mean and cold. It's saying all in the name of, well, I'm straight up and I don't play. I'm getting tired of that, because then to turn around and if you were being treated the same way, it would be an all-in-out war. So I just love the way that we have respect for each other. We have our each point of views. We talk over each other. That's all okay. But what we're delivering out to our audience, I'm hoping, is planting really great seeds of how to communicate, how to be respectful while you agree to disagree. And it doesn't really matter at the end of the day if you want to stay connected with me or not. I just want to deliver how I feel on my heart, and I'm not here to try to hurt you. If it stings a little bit, maybe because that's something that you need to work on, but we're all here to learn. It's to each one teach one, but we don't get to tear each other down and then expect for people to move on or bow down before you anyway. It doesn't work like that. God didn't, anyways.
No, it's true. And you said something really cool there when you talked about whether you want to still, follow your journey or not. I mean, yeah. I guess we can do this hashtag thing. Are you an Instagram follower? Where if one day you don't put out content, or if for any reason whatsoever the person doesn't follow back within your specified timeline or whatever, you unfollow the person. Right? Are you an Instagram follower? Do we need to capture your attention that quickly, number one, and keep it held for that long too? Number one, we're not married to you, so right?
And you know what? And here's the thing, and I know I keep referring back to Gary Vee, but here's the thing. You are on this platform to work, get business done, to inspire, to change a life or whatever. And some people are going to be good for you and some people are not going to be good for you. But either way, there's a lesson in it to learn. Yeah. And I don't know about you, Kim. Well, I do know about you, but I'm just phrasing just to phrase. But I don't know about you, Kim, but this is what I do. I am here for the long haul. I am here to speak and encourage, to create and to collaborate. Your followings don't make me who I am. I know my worth. I know my value. If you want to follow, thank God for you. Bless you. I hope that you are learning something from us. And all we want is to encourage you, uplift you, and push you along the way. But if you don't, it doesn't mean I'm going to cry over you, because I'm not in it for popularity. I'm in it to create really good content. That's why I'm in it, to create content, to say something that I wish someone would have said to me, right? To inspire, to, pull a sister up. I'm not in it for the popularity, and I'm not in it for the likes.
Yeah, to stir conversation, to stir your thought into propelling you into becoming better, right? That's all we're all about. If it makes you even 1 ounce better in any area of your life, guess what? We've accomplished everything that we wanted to accomplish, right? So we're happy regardless, And on the topic, selling yourself short, I'm really, really, really happy we chose this particular topic, Maria, because I find as women especially, yes, everybody goes through this, but I find especially women, we are so hard on ourselves. We are so quick to turn down a compliment. We are so quick to praise someone else for something they've done, but yet still we find it so hard to acknowledge the good that we have to offer, or to acknowledge anything that we've done that has been fruitful or rewarding, or, has been great in any way, shape, or form, right? We're quick to just push it down, say, no, actually, that was nothing, it's just, it's just, random, and you don't need to tell me thanks for that. And, if someone is complimenting on your gifting, your talent, something that was great, no, that's okay, and you just push it down. We don't acknowledge it, just squash it down.
And I think we do that is because if we do acknowledge it and we do accept it, the poor mindset to that is that we're being conceited, or we don't deserve it, or I'll like the compliment inside, but I'll just pretend like, oh no, please don't. Trying to be modest. Say, yeah, thank you so much. I was a little nervous delivering it, or you think so? Awesome. That really helps, because I was kind of second guessing myself there. So thanks, or not that you need their approval either, but the fact of the matter is, it is okay to accept a compliment.
Yes.
I'll give you a story. For the longest time, I would never say, oh, thank you. Every time someone complimented, they would say something like, oh, your husband's very good looking. And I'd be like, right? Because even though it was somebody else, what's the harm in saying, oh, thanks very much? I was thinking like, one, what? What are you trying to say? And then number two, it was like, if I said, oh, no, thank you, right? They'd be like, such a bright cheek, so I was just like, oh, you're too kind. What am I doing? But
I totally get that. And, there's so many points on that, Maria. Number one, I wanted to say is, we as women, it's hard because, like you said, you don't want to be looked as though you're this big cocky thing with a big head, and it goes right to your head if somebody says, you've done this well. You're like, oh my gosh, thank you, or whatever, and stuff, right? But if we're really going to be queens, we need to own what we have to offer, right? We need to own it and walk confidently in it. And I made this comparison to men. You don't have to tell a man that he's done something good. He's going to go out and publicize it to the world even before one person tells him he's done great, right? That's because he's confident in what he knows what he's doing. And even if he doesn't know.
But Kim, you're so right. You want to know? Oh my gosh, if my husband starts jumping on the bandwagon, listens to this episode, I'm in trouble.
Mine too, girl. Mine too. Trust me.
But you're right. You're right about that. You know why? Because I told people all the time, listen carefully, peeps. I told people, and those who know Dwayne and I, listen, I tell people all the time, you could never tell my husband that he's ugly. Because he would look at you like, no, there's something wrong with you. Do you need a new prescription? Like, what's going down? He's like, oh, really? Oh, that's too bad for you.
I love that though, Maria. And you see, that's the thing with men. We need to adapt that.
You can never tell Dwayne that he is ugly. I mean, you could, but it's not going to shackle him.
It just brushes off. It's like it's a boomerang.
No, he literally turns it around and like, oh, that's too bad for you.
Yeah, it just deflects. It's like a light shining on a magnifying glass. It just reflects back, right? It doesn't absorb. Whereas women, we're so quick to absorb things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are so quick to absorb things. And I wish we'd be able to adapt, probably like that a little bit from the men in terms of how confident we are in who they are. You don't need, you could tell them, it still doesn't bother, it doesn't touch them, it doesn't pierce their being, nothing.
Like and maybe we're overspeaking because, some guys, it does bother them, but they're good at not trying to be hurt about it.
Okay, let's say the majority of men then.
No, I don't even want to say that.
Really? You don't think the majority of men are like that?
Now that I think about it, I think it's what, because we were doing this games night, Family Feud or whatever at this play. And one of the questions is, what is one of the things that most couples are scared to talk about for each other? We're thinking is it laundry? Is it money? Like what? We kept getting it wrong. And it came up to looks. And Dwayne and I look at each other like, huh? Because that's not an issue conversation for Dwayne and I about our looks. It's not an issue conversation for us. It's not an issue. But I guess for some couples, it is an issue. So therefore, there are men out there that are insecure. I mean, we're human, so we all have all insecurities.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do think, I just think men know how to play it off better.
Okay. All right, let me rephrase then. So aside from looks, Okay, so if the man is doing something, right, and he's achieved it,
Yeah.
you don't have to go and praise him. He'll tell the whole world. So jokes aside, so that's what I was, getting towards in terms of, doing something and accomplishing it, and having that fulfillment feeling that, I did this. I'm going to praise myself. Women, we just brush it off. We don't celebrate it, right? We definitely don't share it. We don't share successes. Whereas the man, right? Majority of them will go out and publicize what they've done.
And you know what? And even for, Queens, if you're listening, please, we look at the comments and everything. So please hop on and tell us what you think, because I think when we're really happy about something, we contemplate about sharing it before we share it. We take the mental mindset, but if we share it, I think we do that sometimes because we overthink it and we shouldn't.
No. And, I'm going to draw to this fact and a survey that was done that shows, in applying for jobs, right? You go through, you look at the job description, you see the requirements, right? And you see what you need to do to apply. Did you know that 80% of men, not 80% of men, most men apply for the job when they are less than 50% qualified for the job? Women, when they read the description, they apply for the job once they feel as though they've matched 80% of the requirements.
Wow.
Is that confidence? Is that cockiness? I don't know.
Is that knowing your worth? We're in this world right now where we battle between our male instinct and our female instinct. Is that what I want to say? Maybe that's what I want to say. Maybe the word will come up better. So, the male, to go out there and to, be a woman in business, you have to almost pick up this. You have to be the male part of you has to jump through. Am I making sense what I'm saying here, Kim? Yep. And you have to, grind like them and be hard like them and act like it's nothing, And then when it's time for us to be female-like, it's almost like it's work because we want to be taken seriously. We want to be. But really what it comes down to is knowing your value, knowing your self-worth. It's not about I gotta take this on like a man, right? How about you just take it on like Kim? How about you just take it on like Maria? How about you just take it on the best that you know how? And I think what people need to realize is they need to realize that they're not going to win every argument. They're not going to win every job proposal, and they're not going to win every game. The game of life is going in, giving your best, coming out with expectancy and leaving it there. You know what I mean? That's knowing your value. That's giving your best all the time, because you are not in control of what goes down on the other side. You are only in control of what you can deliver, and own it.
Absolutely, 100%. It's really interesting because as women, we've been taught, in past, of how we need to be, the role of a woman, when it comes to in the home or with a family, in the workplace. It's not long ago that women have now started to become more dominant or more vocal and present in the executive level in the workplace, right? And become more active and engaging and being oftentimes the one being the breadwinner of the family, right? It's just now that's starting to happen. So I'm going to push us a little further and say it's also now time. I'm going to say a sentence or a phrase. You're going to look at me weird. It's also time to sell yourself. I'm not talking about going on the side of the street.
But Kim, my eyes just went up. I'm like,
just wait for it.
Okay.
No, sell yourself, Queenz. Sell yourself. What I mean by that, you are an amazing speaker. You're an amazing coach. You bring life into the room. You are able to write like nobody else. When you leave that room, people are edified. They are encouraged. They are uplifted. They're inspired to go out and achieve goals, right? You give results. You are driven. You are determined, and you do what you say you're going to do. Sell yourself. Sell your value. Sell what you have to offer. Sell how you can change somebody's life if that's the goal you're trying to achieve. At the end of the day, we as human beings, we've been given gifts and talents. Sell your contribution. Sell what you have to help another person. Because at the end of the day, you keeping it in is doing everybody a disjustice. Number one. Number two, you're not going to find fulfillment in anything else that you choose to do. So I go back to my phrase, Queenz, sell yourself.
Wow. Kim, that's good, because you have to show up now. I'm going to couple that with what you just said. It's time for you to show up now. It's time for you to show up and not be like anybody else. The way has been paved for us. Michelle Obama has already arrived. Oprah has already arrived. We have Ava DuVernay. We have all these amazing women that have gone on before us. And not even at that height. I'm going to say there was my mother who washed floors and cleaned toilets so that I don't have to, not that that's not a bad job. Listen, you do what you have to do to provide, you hear? But, to pave the way in certain ways so that I don't. You, just like when we had Moji on a few episodes back, right? She has paved the way for us to show up now. Marcy Ian has paved the way. Those of you who don't know who she is, check her out. She is one of the co-hosts of The Social. She's been on CTV News forever. If you go even further back, she was on, I believe, Polka Dot Door. But I'm just saying, there's Marcy Ian, there's Tracy Moore of City TV. There is Tracy Melshore, who was MTV, The Social, E! News. There's so many that have gone on before us and have paved the way so that you can step in it and own your truth. Kim is absolutely right. If you got a moment, you need to sell yourself and you need to go hard, and you need not to look over to the left or to the right. You need to give it all you've got right now in this moment. You need to get up every morning and you need to practice your elevator pitch. Who are you? What do you do? How I got a problem and how can you solve it? You need to, be saying those things to yourself. You need to get up and dust yourself off when they kick you out the door and say, what was that? And guess what? Guess what, ladies? Hone in on this. You own you own what you do, and you come across to somebody that says, what was that? And there's nothing I can do for it. You go 2 doors down, and I guess what? That person 2 doors down is going to be laughing at the first 2 doors down, opposite of them, because they're like, what was that? And that other person like, this is a concept that I'm going to hold on to, and we're going to take you to the next level. Own it. Don't be shy from it. Don't shy away from it. Say thank you, and say thank you boldly. And again, you don't have to say thank you with an arrogance to you like you should be thanking me. You should be saying thank you with humility and with grace and with understanding and peace, because although you own it, you can lose it like that. And the only person that is at fault for it is you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, 100%. That's accurate. I hope, Queenz, you've been uplifted by this, but I know a lot of you is thinking now, okay, yeah, I know what I have to offer. I know my value. I'd love to walk in it, but I'm scared, right?
Mhm.
But that is a personal journey for everybody. It's not unique to you. I'm scared, Maria's scared, but guess what? We're doing it scared because at the end of the day, you're not gonna succeed until you fail. You have to fail, you have to fall, right? How do babies learn to walk? They fall, right? If you go and check Google on any big person in your industry right now and follow their journey, every single one of them have fallen. Every single one of them is gonna tell you how they were down in the dump, in the ditch, and how they are where they are today. Every single one of them have fallen. You can't look at that. The only thing you should take from that is the fact that when they fell, they got up. They didn't stay there. They didn't cry. Well, yeah, they cried. I cried. But you know what I mean? You brush yourself off, you deal with it, you look at the situation, you see what opportunities can arise from that, connections that can be made through that. Maybe there's a tweaking and a tune-in that needs to be made with what you currently have to then take you to what's going to actually bring you to where you need to go. So that being said, with Queenz, yes, you're scared, but you need that scaredness to challenge you. You need that scaredness to make sure that what you're going to birth is going to be successful. It's just like having a rose. The rose and the thorn, they live in the same space. The rose and the thorn live in the same space, right? They cohabitate, but the rose always thrive, right? So ignore the thorn. And you know, girls, I'm going to say this, maybe that thorn is somebody speaking negativity to you. So that's why you're scared, right? You don't have someone who believe in you, who believe in the idea that you have, who believe you're an amazing photographer, amazing event planner, amazing mechanic. Yes, I know there's mechanics that are women, so I'm gonna say it, right? You're an amazing creative writer. You have to shut it down. You really have to let that go so that you can sell yourself, right? In all your shape and glory, in all your failings, in all your successes. But they know who they're getting. They're getting the authentic you. They're getting the person who's determined, who's driven, who is a result-oriented person. You deliver. Yes, you may fall, you may make mistakes, but guess what? You're still gonna get up and go, fine-tune it, tweak it, make it 100% better, right? So do it scared, ladies. Queenz, do it scared.
You know, Kim, you're absolutely right with that, because there's a saying that if you're not having butterflies, then you're not scared enough. I get about being confident because you've done it before, but there's two things you need to be aware of. If you're not having a bit of butterflies, a little dry mouth, a little like, do I change my story now or do I keep it the same? That kind of talk, you're not scared enough. And then you also have to look out for, I don't feel nervous. I have things to do. And anyways, let me just go do this thing. If you have that, then it's time for you to step off, take a break, and kind of revamp and rebrand. I don't know, but we don't need that either. We would much have I stuttered over my words. I missed a paragraph. I handed something in and I had spelling mistakes. I would rather that than the other stuff, right?
Yep.
So knowing your worth, don't sell yourself short. And here we go. Don't not do something because you're caring what other people think. You want to apply for a scholarship, do it.
Are you listening to your own advice, Maria?
Yeah. That's my point.
That's for you right now.
Right? You want to apply for a scholarship? Do this. Write it out. Who cares? Write it out. You want to apply for a job? Apply. Yes, your best friend applied too. Guess what, Gingeria-shan? Everybody's got to compete against each other somehow, some way. You got to go for it. You know what I mean? You want to quit your job because you know that you can do better. It's time. You can't grow anymore with the company. Quit. And I'll tell you this, in all of the things that I'm saying right now, those 3 or 4 points that I just gave you, if you're doing it because your heart longs for it and it's not leaving you alone. It's nudging at you. It's whispering at you in your sleep. It's waking you up at night. Do it. If you're doing it because you know you can get more money and it's always about the money, stay still. Don't do it. Because if you're always going to be chasing a prize, a tangible item, whatever you're going for, you're not selling yourself. You're not owning your value. Actually, what you're doing is selling yourself short, and you're selling out.
It reminds me of personal experience, personal life. You know, you go to the store, you window shop, you see a pretty dress or outfit, you're like, I'm not gonna get it. But when you go home, the entire weekend, this outfit's been on your mind. You can't stop thinking about where you can wear it to, how you're gonna look, what you can pair it with, and all these different things. And then Monday morning, guess what? You go back and you buy the dress. It's the same thing. If your dreams is bothering you that much, it's that nudge to say, this is what you need to do. Come and get me. Bring me into reality. I'm tired of being locked up in this brain of yours. I want to be out.
Kim, personal story here. Personal story is I spent the majority of my life doing everything that is explainable. I got jobs, I accepted positions and stuff like that so that it could be explainable and sit well with everybody else. I literally sold myself short for the first 25 years of my life. I sold myself short. And I have this picture that I carry with me. I should have gotten it ready for this, but there was a position that I accepted just because you couldn't explain being a motivational speaker several years ago. Motivational speaker, inspirational speaker, a mirror work coach. What's that? Like, where do you go to school for that? And I accepted this position, and I will tell you, you see the closet door behind you, right? So maybe extend it out to the bedroom door behind you, that wall, extend it out. I accepted a position, and that was the size of my office.
Wow.
And I had to take a picture of this office, right? Of me in it, so that I could remind myself that I will never do this again. And so I spent a couple years after that fighting through it, and then I, got another explainable position, but I was still angry inside. And then one day I was talking to my best friend, and I told her, and I said, I'm giving up my position or my title of being a realtor. And she said, why? And I said, because I'm only holding on to it because it's an explainable title, so that I could be relevant. And she was like, Maria Michelle Lee, right? And then she's like, that is so big for you to say that. And I said, yes, because I don't need to be taking on these jobs or getting these licenses or whatever just so I can be relevant to you or to those around me. Because you know what? Everything around me is irrelevant, because I need to be doing what's relevant to me.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. I got tired of selling out myself so I can please other people.
Yep.
And so that's the story I'm sharing with you guys today, because think about that. Think about what you're doing right now in this moment. Is it relevant to you, right? Or is it irrelevant to you? And that even includes the people, so that you don't have to have shame walking around. I mean, yeah, going to get my real estate license was a trial and a tribulation within itself. But I did it for me at the time to know that I could do it. But it doesn't necessarily mean it was meant for me, you know? So.
You know, my favorite quote of all time is, if your opinion don't put food on my table,
Ooh!
it's irrelevant.
You need to put that in the Google Docs, and you need to schedule that for the next saying. Say it
That's
again.
my favorite. That's my favorite quote of all time.
Say it again.
If
Oh gosh. The same one that said. The same one that said.
Right?
So for those of you who are listening and not watching, this is why you gotta go over to the YouTube channel in time. I just said earlier that my husband is the type of husband that'll tell you, if you tell him that he's ugly, he will ask you, oh, what's wrong with you? That he just came by while we're recording, just dancing his way in. Not saying just a little hi.
Not
No,
even dancing,
dancing
just shimmying.
Shimmy.
So you need to go check it out and see what he was.
Yeah. So you say the thing again, Kim.
Yes, my favorite quote, and this is actually in all my in my bio when I send it out. My favorite quote is, if your opinion don't put food on my table, it is irrelevant. And I say that to say this, Queenz, that regardless of where you are right now, whether it be the stage in your life, whether it be the stage in your career, or anything like that, it's not too late. It's not too late to get back on board on shaping yourself and giving value to people, right? You need to sell yourself. It's not too late. You're not too old. The train hasn't passed. The time hasn't gone by. The momentum is lost. Nothing like that. It's up to you to get that confidence, like Dwayne just showed. Put on that confidence that Dwayne just showed. Harness that and go out and do what you need to do. Because Queenz, if you don't do that, you're gonna die with everything inside. I'm sorry.
What?
You're gonna die with it.
Didn't we say this last week? Didn't we say this last week? What Bishop T.D. Jakes said? I would hate to die knowing that I had all this stuff in me and I didn't. Now all the goodness has got to die with you. That's selfish. That's really, really, really selfish. Because Kim, you have that saying, but my saying, as I've said many times, that was gifted to me. This saying was gifted to me, and from my dear friend Shali. And she said that what it is, I will not die with the words stuck in my throat.
Right.
I will not die with the words stuck in my throat. And it's because I'm meant to speak. I'm meant to encourage. I'm meant to empower. And I will do it to God's grace and His glory each and every time. Right?
Yep. No. Queenz, I hope you were inspired. I hope this lit a fire under your You need to.
Under your Yes, I love it.
But you need to really close it down, ladies.
Yes.
Come on. It's time. It is 2019, for crying out loud.
Yes.
How weird does 2019 sound coming out of your mouth? Right? 2020 sounds
We've got to level up. We've got to level up.
It's time. So take some time, if you need a day or two, to sit down quietly and just listen to what you do. It will come.
Yes.
Dreams already there banging at that door to come out. So if you just sit down and be still, it will come out.
Right? Yes.
So sit and give it time. Let it come out and share with us what that was for you. Right? If this, really did kick you where we just said, then you know what? We'd love to hear in the M. So let's do that, Queenz. Let's partner up, collaborate, and help another sister out and up. Out and up. Help another sister out and up. Right? So that being said, Maria, what events will you be doing?
Well, coming up, just a little, March the 28th. So in and around about 6 weeks or so, I will be on the panel in Barrie at the Women Work Your Business event. I went to the last one. I wasn't on the panel for the last one. I just went as a guest, and wow. Okay, ladies, something is going on, because Kim, if you were there, that place was busy. Like, what? And I'm not just talking like, you know, you're the trade show or whatever type of entity. I'm talking about like, this thing was boss ladies all over the place. They did not come to play, okay?
Wow.
I'm just saying. So it's going to be really awesome to be sitting on that panel, asking me for my opinion, and how to go get them.
And you're gonna sell yourself, right?
Yes, I am.
Yes,
I am. Yeah. What about you?
Yes, for me, I will be speaking at the Black Canadian Women in Action launch event on March 8th. So, yes, this is a nonprofit organization, and they're all about inspiring, empowering, engaging, and giving confidence back to Black women in professions. So, I'm going to be going, sharing my piece for their launch event. That's March 8th. It's a free event, and you can get your tickets on Eventbrite. So come say hi. I'll be wearing my crown in my speech, so you know why. So come support us. Come support us, Queens. It's awesome. And I'm so happy that we're both getting the opportunity to go out and even do this live in front of all you queens, right?
Yeah.
So please, you know.
Ooh, I just had a thought.
Right.
Kim, you know what? You're like, what?
Yeah.
You know what? I am speaking this into existence right now. We are going to get such a fan base that we are one day going to take our podcast live.
What do you mean live? Like on Facebook Live?
No.
Or in a conference live?
Like old school live, like on a podium, on a stage,
On a
and
conference?
we're going to record live
I
in
love
front
it.
of an audience.
I love it. There you go, like, Queens. Stay tuned for the Melanin Queens conference, right? It's gonna be epic. You heard it here first.
Episode 8. It might happen in episode 38, but episode 8 might happen.
No, episode 12, episode 20, thereabouts.
Anyways, we're doing it. Okay, go on, Kim.
We're gonna do it. Like, you made me lost trail of what I was gonna say, but anyway, Queens. Oh gosh, you know, just let us know. Honestly, that's all we want to know. Let us know if you're finding value in what we're sharing, if it's stirring up your thoughts, right? If it's making you feel differently in a good way, right? Just let us know. That's all we ask. We're not telling you to give us your kidney. We're just asking you to let us know if you're finding value in what we're sharing.
Kim, I think the feedback, well, not I think, I know, the feedback that we get from sometimes, I'll get a personal phone call or a message or something, and someone will say, oh my gosh, you guys have so much good stuff to say, but what they love the best is when we're like cracking jokes and laughing over one of us or each other, and just, you know, what just kind of organically just happened right now, because it reminds them, it makes them feel like we're in the living room with them. We're in the kitchen, cleaning up the kitchen with them. We're folding laundry with them, you know, or we're having girls' night with them. So it's what we do, it's who we are.
I love it. And you just gave me another idea too. We seems like we have plenty of ideas on episode 8. Maria,
Because it keeps us going.
yes, I would love, Maria, one evening, whenever we are recording an episode, we're in the pajamas, we've got a glass of wine, and we're just having girl chat.
Well, that might even be like a really kind of like retreat weekend when we're doing that at a hotel out here.
There you go. So we need to take notes. Ladies, anybody want to be our virtual assistant, please take notes and send it to us.
Or even if you would be interested, message us on
Yeah.
all of our platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and just say, yes, I want the retreat, and we will make it happen. Yes, I want the retreat, and we will film it, and we will share it, and we will have a good old powwow. Yes, I want the retreat.
Everybody will have a crown.
Everybody gets a crown. Yes. So if you heard that, so I think we just planned our very first event that will happen in the very near future. So those of you who say, do the emoji. So there's an emoji that has the hand emoji or the little girl that's raising her hand up, and then the queen emoji or the crown emoji, right? And just hashtag, yes, I want the retreat.
Aye, Captain. Love it. Yes, I'm so excited. So excited. So yes, you heard all our follows, and if you want to send us an email, you can get us at themelaninqueens@gmail.com.
Yes, and as I said earlier, we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Holla over, say hello. So with that, what's our next episode, Kim?
Next episode will be on not February. The next episode will be released on March 4th. So stay tuned.
Yes. So we will have a good one for you there. Lovely ladies, lovely men, we hope you had an amazing time with us. We enjoy being with you and inspiring you and encouraging you along the way. What I'm going to say is this. Happy Family Day for those who will be celebrating Family Day over this weekend. And we are going to we will launch or give you a social media update as to when this podcast is going to go live, but look out for us. And we thank you in advance for your support, your sharing, your liking, your keeping up a conversation with us, reaching out to us and say, hey, can you like my page? Thank you so much for that. We truly do appreciate it. And as we were saying, don't sell yourself short. I'll let you walk away with this. If Kim and I sold ourselves short, this platform wouldn't be here. Lots of love. Have an amazing weekend. Bye.
We're all royalty. Fix another queen's crown. And when you do it in private. Until next time, girls.